Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with our Transformer Distributors Volume 3. This time, I'm going to be taking a look at Agabyss and Chosen Prime. Now, I'm looking at both of them because they have some similarities to them, some major differences, but they both have a pretty large presence in the collecting community, especially among the US retailers. They also have a big presence at BotCon and some of those shows, so sort of similar in some ways and way different in others. But before we get into all that, we've already talked about TF Source, TF Direct, and Show Z. So if you're interested in any of those, go watch Volume 1 and Volume 2. And so this is Volume 3. Now, for forward-going episodes, I'm going to go ahead and have you guys, I guess you could say, vote down below who you'd like me to do next. And I'm going to do 2 per episode going forward. And don't vote on one we've already done. So, and we'll talk about them. And I already kind of have an idea who I'm doing next. There's 2 overseas ones I'm going to do again. Kind of go back and forth, overseas and US, back and forth. But I do think that I take kind of your input. And seeing as how I haven't ordered from every one of these companies before, so some of mine is I'm going to tell you when it's secondhand knowledge, or I'm going to tell you when it's firsthand knowledge. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Press like on the video. Let's get right into this. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about with Agabyss is that the Realm guys on YouTube, the Realm of Collectors, all those guys, they used to be called the Ring of Collectors, I guess. And they do more than, they talk about everything more than just Transformers, but it is very heavy and deep into the Transformers scene. And they're sponsored by and promote these Agabyss. So, hey, that's great there. Also, I want to talk about how they have the free shipping on orders of up to $150, flat rate shipping of $5.95. So if you order one item and it doesn't hit the $150, you're only paying $6 shipping instead of, so you kind of know where you stand. So I kind of like that. I like those terms. I like how it's plastered right on the front page when you go to the page. Now, I've never ordered from them before, and this is going to be a common issue that we see with both Agabyss and Chosen Prime. And from my comment section, this is the biggest complaint that I get, is the out of stock. So items that show up out of stock, like the hot stuff sells faster, and I'm going to tell you why that happens. And it's pretty much because of the fact that when an item is hot and the lower priced ones sell out first. Now, they also have a smaller amount, I'm pretty sure they're not ordering 400 like TF Source. I'm sure they're ordering the 100, 200, a lot less than TF Source. So TF Source will have it in stock longer because they have more and they have a little bit higher price. I'm noticing price-wise here that Agabyss is a little bit lower, actually. So you're a couple dollars in some cases, only $1 in others, but it's a little bit lower price, so that's kind of a good thing. The other thing, like when I look at this Bad Cube, I like to look at this, and although I may have some negatives to say about Bad Cube, their stuff sells out fast, like real fast. So when I go to look at Bad Cube, and here's this picture we're looking at, you can see how it's kind of shaded out the stuff that's sold out. And I like that. And then the stuff that's a real clip. So on this picture, you only see 3 things in stock. It's clear, it's easy, you know those. And over here it says that the Recon Security Director only has 1 left. I love that. That's really good on the site. It makes it easy to navigate, easy to know where you stand, easy to know that you're not clicking on something that's not in stock. Now, I've had a lot of problems with others that I tried to order from. It looks like it's in stock. It's on their actual in-stock page. And then I order it from the in-stock page, and come to find out it's not in stock. And I placed my order, I paid for it, and I'm waiting weeks, and I go back and try to contact them, like, well, it's out of stock. Well, so give my money back. I thought it was in stock. So the Agabyss does that really well. I mean, I like the way their site works and it's set up. So looking at Fans Toys, like quickly you can see with the Fans Toys page, I like looking at the Fans Toys page because it's very popular, and you can see pricing compared to everything else. So like look at the Road King, sold out. It's new and it's sold out that fast. $170, $7.95, so it's a couple bucks cheaper than the average. And if you look down at like Dracula and for the Fans Toys Dracula, mind wipe. Now, if you look at this, you're also going to say, well, you know, like TF Direct has it on sale for like 110 or something like that. Yeah, that's actually true. You could get it at TF Direct for 110. So it's a little bit more. So now, why are the U.S. retailers more expensive than the Chinese retailers most of the time? Well, the reason for that is because they have to pay shipping twice. Now, I've already covered this in other videos, but I feel like I owe it to the U.S. retailers to discuss this yet again. They have to pay for that pallet to get shipped over here, and then, which is it's immense. And over in China, I don't know that they might be driving to the factories to pick them up themselves and save that shipping. But even if the shipping from the on land is going to be way cheaper than air freight or floated over here all the way across the ocean, it's a much different cost. So, and then I also want to talk about another thing about these guys. So when they get their stuff in stock, they get it quicker than when I did all my pre-orders overseas, thinking that they would get theirs first, then they would ship it to me, and it would already be on the way before the U.S. retailers got them. And it turns out that both Agabyss and Chosen Prime had the Zeta Silverbolt. Zeta Silverbolt was in stock well before the overseas ones were in stock at all. So that was impressive to me. But I also felt left out in the cold because I pre-ordered from the wrong spot, I guess, when it came to that one particular character, and the price was the same. So, or maybe a couple bucks cheaper here. So, not a bad option. And I hear a lot of great things about Agabyss too. Next, we'll talk about Agabyss reward system. So, you have a reward system. I think they all do nowadays. So, like for, you get 100 points equals $1, and you get I guess you get so many points every time you spend, and then you can redeem them to spend. I mean, it's pretty similar all the way across the board. Not too hard. But it gives you an incentive. What these reward programs do is give you an incentive to, after you buy 2 or 3 things, and you realize, oh, I got $30 worth of rewards now, and then you can get something like, you know, a $300 figure, and it's only $270, or you can get a $200 figure, it's only $170. It just feels like a huge discount, which is where I'm at with my TF source. Also, I was kind of surprised to see so much Wei Zhang KO oversized stuff, which it's just like there. I love this. I love the KO oversized Wei Zhang. Here you see the Inferno. They even call it Inferno, make it easy on you. But I'm a big fan of the 12-inch scale and the KO oversized, so that makes me excited. So that's probably something I'll end up ordering from them. Then again, it is a little bit more expensive than the one I paid for, like $15 more. But I think the overseas ones, they're all sold out anyway. But that's not a bad price, and knowing you're going to get it right away, and then you can lump it with a couple other things, so you can get free shipping, and all that works out pretty well. So, not bad at all. Also, I want to point out the Sunstreaker is only $117.95, so that's cheaper than average, and so not bad on pricing. So next I want to talk about Chosen Prime. Now I haven't ordered from Chosen Prime either, and I do want to say that I did contact the owner because I was considering becoming a distributor of third party myself, just because I enjoy it so much and I think it'd be fun. And he kind of gave me the negatives of the business, and he in no way was he telling me he didn't want me to get into it, or that's a bad idea. He's just saying, hey, you know what, I hear a lot of people wanting to do that, let me just tell you a couple of the negatives. And they were very, very obvious negatives of the business, and it's like, but if you still want to get into it, I mean, you can. It's just know that up front. And I thought about it, and just the upfront capital, all that stuff. There's other things that I think I'm working towards instead of doing that. But it was really nice to have a conversation with him. He didn't know me from Adam, and it took the time out of his day to have a conversation with me, and just was a real down-to-earth person. Really great. And I checked this site out, so eventually I will order something from him that I'm after that I can't find anywhere else. But they have the same problem. The hot stuff sells out really fast here, and even faster than, you know, the TF sources, even faster than shows you TF Direct sometimes. Now, again, talking about shipping, you get that $150 or more you get for free shipping, and then also with this has got something called Roller Stash, where you can stack it. It's sort of like a stacking thing, so you can stack the Roller Stash and get it to 150, so when you ship it, it's all shipped at one price. And that price is free for shipping. The other thing I really want to point out about Chosen Prime is I was kind of blown away when I saw how many third-party options there were for their offerings. It's just a ridiculous amount of third-party options. So I clicked on a handful of them to see what they had, and we're going to look into this. Now, I like looking at Bagcube first, and because they sell out so fast. And looking at this, at first glance, it's like, oh man, they got so much Bagcube stuff in stock. I can't wait to, oh, wait. Grump right here is on pre-order, which surprises me because every other place has gotten the Bagcube Grump sold out completely, but yet Chosen Prime is just getting it in, or they're waiting to get it in. And we've got the Slick, which is, I thought they were manufactured at the same time because they share parts, in a way, a little bit, maybe. But anyway, they show up at the same time for sale. But this one here is in stock. And then you've got this Huffy whatever. But then you start looking at these other ones. Huff itself is on a waiting list, join waiting list. And then the security director, join waiting list. And then Steamroll, waiting list. In stock for Piper, I guess that's not very popular. Then waiting list, waiting list, waiting list. It's just, it doesn't, you look at that and you don't see out of stock. You see join waiting list. That is a nice way of saying out of stock, and it's kind of frustrating because the other site we saw, it was like shaded out. It was like, oh, well, that's easily, you can easily see it's sold out. And I mean, this is kind of how I've been gotten on another site. They got me, and not this one, but I start looking for those things now when I look at these sites. Now, of course, I love looking at Fans Toys. Like, what are all the Fans Toys offerings? And usually, Fans Toys offerings look like 2 things in stock and everything's sold out, especially on. And I wouldn't call Chosen Prime a smaller one either. I think Chosen Prime is probably the 2nd or 3rd largest distributor of third-party Transformers, hands down. There's TF Source, there's Chosen Prime, there's a couple others, but it's a big player. They're a big player. And looking into this, okay, so pre-order. Okay, we know that. Pre-order is sold out at $219, which is a great price for Phoenix, and I just bit the bullet and made a deal to buy one, but it's way more than that, and I'm disappointed in myself. I'm gonna be feeling really bad about myself, even when it comes in, but whatever. Pre-order now for $104.99. So the price is the same as TF Source on almost all of these. So it is what it is, but they get their stuff in early. Sometimes the first person to get it in, the first distributor to have it, and then they're going to ship it out to you fast, and you know you're going to get it. Just like they have Quietus still in stock. Now Quietus is now $20 more than it was when it was released, but they have it in stock, so you can actually get it. Quietus is selling out left and right. Now I don't know what joining the waiting list on this Metallic's going to be, but when they put the joining the waiting list, I'm pretty sure if they came across one and found a used one, then that would be up for sale and they contact you or whatever. Next, I like looking at X-Transbots. X-Transbots is hot right now. They're hot with reissues that everybody wants. It's hot with new figures that they just can't seem to find the time to give us. And they're also hot with the combiners that they're, I think, putting as their #1 priority right now. I really think Minosaur is their #1 priority. I think they're fighting to get Minosaur out first. So looking up here, we have this Overheat, which is drag strip, coming. Pre-order now, $69.99. I don't know anywhere that's selling it, that any of these Minosaur figures less than $70 now. I'm disappointed. I'm sad, and I'm gonna cry my Wheaties about it. But the thing is that everything here seems to be either in stock or pre-order. So there's a lot going on with X-Transbots. But there's another interesting thing about them. I didn't mention it when I was talking about Agabyss earlier, but Agabyss combined the X-Transbots and KFC into one, basically one page, so it goes to the same page. They didn't do that here with Chosen Prime. But Chosen Prime has the best price on the KFC reflector, and I think I might pick that up. I might have to get that for $120. Is not bad, and but I don't know if I'm gonna qualify for free shipping. I might have to buy, so then I might have to pre-order something else or figure it out. Got to get that free shipping in there. So, but with that, there's quite a big variety of items that they have in stock. There's a variety of stuff that's on the waiting list, and a lot of stuff pre-ordered. I think that the best thing to do, and it's not just with Chosen Prime, is to pre-order. I want to take a second and look at the official here. So the official price is $449 at Chosen Prime for MP44. So you're not getting a deal on that. And then I already talked about Dinobot getting reissued for $279, $280, and then of course they in stock now. Of course they have Beast Wars Megatron still in stock at $320. I think people are waiting for an $80 KO of that thing. But I've got a KO video coming, another KO video coming too. But anyway, I want to get a little bit of feedback from you guys. What distributors you want to see next and talk about next? Who are your favorites that I have not done a video about? I know that if you've already commented, comment again if I haven't done yours, because it'd make it so much easier just to refer to my last video instead of scrolling through all of them, because I've used the first two videos to help me decide to get to this point, and I want to use this video in the comments here to help me decide to get to the next one. But I think I've already got the next one, so I'm looking at like 2 down the road. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this series. Like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Come on, click that subscribe button so that you turn notifications on, because I post almost every day. Hanger out.